Alright, class. Let's take second roll before we head to the courtyard. What? We have more PE? Are you serious? I thought PE was done for the day. It's only second class, Yakiko. The teacher is halfway through, rolling her eyes before she catches herself. I guess it's not a good example to roll your eyes in front of your students. No, Yakiko. Today's career day has been announced over the PA for the past 3 days. Afternoon classes are cancelled so that third years may explore possible future occupations with specialists. Oh, right. Questions of the future. Writing prompts about our dreams. Now career day. I think I'm sensing a pattern here. Graduation's coming up. We're already running a little late, so let's make this quick. Anyone missing? Nope. That prompts us to glance around. I think he's right, ma'am. Everyone's here. Everyone except Misaki, who apparently is out of her job. Whatever her job is. Time to do some not-so-subtle recon. Teacher? Where's that girl? The one sitting by the window? The teacher waves her hand dismissively. Special circumstances. Anyone else? Despite myself, I feel a prick of curiosity. Special circumstances? What kind of circumstances could warrant such an offhand dismissal from the teacher? I thought most teachers loathed making exception for mandatory events. Just what could Misaki's job be? As the teacher continues to survey the classroom, I feel a nudge against my arm. I'm surprised you brought it up. What? Usually, you wouldn't say anything even if you noticed. You would have thought too much. You would have thought it to be too much trouble. Her words are remarkably neutral. It's awkward. I feel like it's a trap. I think you should stop pretending like you actually know me, or that you have a brain. You're insufferable. She stormed out the back of the room in a huff. I'm insufferable. She's done far, far worse, and she's still judging me? Look at this girl. What a hypocrite. Alright. Looks like everyone else is here. To the courtyard. Destiny awaits. There are more than a few rolled eyes, but everyone obediently files out of the classroom. Our class pours into the courtyard, which currently resembles a crowded street market. Columns of booths are set in ordinary lines, each attempting to outshine the others with progressively more outrageous signage and aggressiveness and progressively louder music. I wonder if they got a booth for my future job. What? Come to think of it, in all of 203 times he's talking about his dream, yeah, he never once mentioned his future job. Just all the things he'll own. Yeah, as I said, where's the financial security in a mansion on a moon? Oh? And what might that be? Isn't it obvious? With my stunning looks and all. So, a trash can? Is that even a job? Because if it is, like, maybe you could get that job. Hey, of course it's a job. It's only fit for the best of the trash. Oh, well, no. I want to be a model. You? That's ridiculous. Wait, it's not as silly as it seems. I still think it's pretty silly. I mean, seeing how he just believed that being a trash can was a profession, he can't have a job that requires him to think. Wow. Shaming all the models out there, Yama. He also can't have a job that requires social interaction. He'd just repel people instead of attracting them. Those are his two biggest flaws, and modeling doesn't need either. As for his looks, I hate to admit it, but he's not so bad looking. He'll probably be able to land himself a girlfriend if he could just keep quiet. Just duct tape his mouth. It almost sounds like a serious plan. Yako, my friend, I'm glad you finally realized the truth. I can't speak English. That's the cruel truth.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying that it's a good idea. Especially coming from you. I mean, look at you. Look at that hair. Those eyes.
Isn't it? Once I become famous, the entire world will be able to witness my magnificence. I'll be on TV, the internet, the advertising blimps, basically everywhere.
On second thought, maybe it's a terrible idea. I would hate to wake up and see his face.
Well, if you don't mind me, I'm off to meet my destiny.
And with that, he skips off into a crowd, leaving me awkwardly leaning against the wall of some kind of delinquent. I'm not really sure what to do. I'll be wasting my time if I look around, but I'll be wasting my time if I stay here. What a conundrum. You, there. I turn to the source of the voice, a man in a medical coat standing in front of a booth boasting the holographic sign. Way Forward Pharmaceuticals Hospital Division. Oh god, no thanks. Hunch, I'm guessing he's a doctor. Nah. Are you interested in becoming a doctor? Bodies, open wounds? No. Sorry, I don't think I could deal with the pressure of being a doctor. If that's what you're worried about, then don't worry. I'm a heart surgeon, and I got the entire team of people helping me during the operation. Well, if I have people helping me... Oh god. I hate these dream sequences. Scalpel, please.
Nah.
What do you mean, nah? I thought I was supposed to be doing all the cutting this time. The cutting? That doesn't matter. You don't just go and cut things open. It sure does. I see what's going on here, man. You want to take all the credit. Well, guess what? That ain't happening. What are you talking about? I'm the doctor here. Doctor, the patient is in critical condition. If you don't act fast, he's gonna die! The patient is dying? Dang it! Give me a scalpel! Whoa there! Don't get your scrubs in a bunch. Doctor, the patient is dead. See? Look what you did. You didn't hand me the scalpel, you dumbass! Look what I... Yeah, I don't think that being a doctor is right for me. Yeah. Yama's not really the doctor type. Oh, you sure? We've got a great internship program. I'm good, thanks though. Another nearby booth catches my eyes. A multitude of colors signs claim that it's from the National Education Institute. What is with all these smart people? Behind the booth table, a tall woman in glasses speaking animatedly to a small group of students. Don't you feel that we have the duty to equip the next generation? In this society, knowledge is power, and we need to ensure that our successors have the power to move forward. My job is the best and the most beneficial, and there's no downsides whatsoever. Yeah, been there, heard that. Blah, 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 blah. We're moving on. Don't your students annoy you or tire you out? Well, I had some ups and downs in my career, of course. The more difficult students may be perplexing at first, but when you persevere, you always end up getting those students back on the right path. Oh, I have a bad habit of doing that. Is that so? Oh god.
Teach? What's 5 plus 7?
This is high school, Mr. Ikari, not primary school. You should have mastered addition by now.
But, teach!
Excuse me, Mr. Kuragane. Smoking is not permitted on campus. Hand those over. You ain't the boss of me, kid. Kid, I'm your teacher. You're shorter than me, kid, and that makes you a kid. Alright, that's it. You're staying after class. You've got detention to serve. Says who? Says you? You couldn't even take on a deceased chicken with one claw tied to its tail.
That's... What? Why can't you be that eloquent in your essays? Teacher! What? What's wrong? What? Are you crying? Again? What for? Oh, are you angry at me? I'm sorry. I'm so terrible. I can't... Hey, don't cry. Please. Jesus. Yeah, I don't think I have enough patience to deal with students. I meandered down the row of booths, apathetically peering at any that seemed to be mildly entertaining. One man with a remarkably bushy mustache raises his fist in the air, yelling at the top of his lungs, "Do you love Japan? Join the Japan Self-Defense Force today!" Wow, I thought those kinds of diehard patriots only existed on TV. Yeah. Freaking... Ugh. Any man who's able to follow orders can be seen as a hero of Japan. If you're still alive, that is. What? No. Grenade! Cover it, soldier! What? But we've just gotta run away! Jump on the grenade, or I'll have your court-martialed for insubordination. But I'll die! All the better. Hop on it! Hop to it! Nothing happens. Not happening. I turn away from the booth. Everything I see is equally unpromising. Do you have a knack for cooking? Why not apply to Lyon Culinary School? Gather here, engineers, mathematicians, fellow countrymen. The biggest digital corporation in the world, Lemonscape, has positions for all of you. Have you always wanted to help the hurting? Join the Cumulus Therapy Center and transform the world one life at a time. I quickly glance in the other direction. Reveals that I seem to be the only one having trouble. Oh god. It's these people. I find Elizabeth in deep conversation with a police officer just a few feet away. Wouldn't have thought her to be the type. Maybe she's sucking up to them so they'll let her off the corporate fraud. Meh, I can't really judge her. At least she found something that she's interested in. Me, on the other hand, well, I have nothing. What's up? Can't you find life's calling? What? I turn to the source of the voice. A scraggly man slumps against a rickety folding chair. A worn beanie plumped on his head and a threadbare trench coat thrown around over his shoulders. There's no sign on his booth. Is hobo a legitimate career? Yama, you can't be saying these things all the time. Ha! Youngsters these days. You hold your future in your hands and you don't even know what to do with it. You're lucky, you know. There was a time when people didn't have the luxury of choosing their career. Upon second glance, I know that there's several rolling racks of books settled in the back of the booth. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to their genre. Science fiction, mystery, fantasy, young adult. But they're all under the same name. Are you a writer? He smiles when I ask him this. I think we've got a bingo. What? Surprised? Who do you think I was, an adventurer? Globetrotter? How about we go hobo? A homeless guy, actually. He throws back his head and laughs. You've got life. I can't wait to read your stories. Somehow I don't think that being a writer would fit me. I suppose writing something like a comedy book or something. I don't know. Oh, somebody help me. Whatever should I do? Fear not, generic damsel in distress. I'm the hero. I lost the previous battle, so this is my heroic rematch where I'm guaranteed to win. How fortunate. After you win this final battle, I shall bestow you with an obligatory smooch of victory. Hey, you can't just ignore the villain. I got you, Yama. I got you, girl. Oh, spare us with your evil gloating. It'll only lead to your downfall. But I gotta. give a motive rant so that we'll understand your identity as a tragic villain? Nah, I'll just put you in as the footnote. Okay, I tire this needless banter. I've actually written the princess's backstory so that she'll have so that she's a badass in distress. What? But you didn't even foreshadow that. Too bad. I need to move the plot forward. Hiya! No! Yeah, I don't think I can come up with an original material. That's why you rip off the real life, you know? Thanks, but no thanks. He shrugs apathetically as I walk away. Oh, hi. Who the hell are you? A nearby small group of students catches my eyes. They're gathered in front of a man in a long, sweeping lab coat. A scientist? I'm gonna assume, at least. Although his voice is placid, there lies an undercurrent of power in every word he says. Life's a fragile thing. There's an unspeakable number of ways for the human body to fail, and even more for it to be broken. Death was accepted as the inevitable part of life, a natural stage in the cycle of this world. But it doesn't have to be that way. The man in the lab coat straightens up as the students break into hurried whispers. Through research, we can create medicine that fights diseases and treats disorders, extending our lives exponentially, and maybe indefinitely. Ah, so he's a medical researcher. Gotcha. He fixes his gaze on each individual in the crowd, not in a hostile manner, but certainly in an unnerving one. A day may come where you can defy death. His eyes land on me. The intelligent arc of his brow and the commanding line of his jaw shifts slightly as he examines me. I feel frozen beneath his piercing gaze. It isn't exactly uncomfortable, just strange. Eventually, he turns away, adjusting the golden glasses that are settled on the bridge of his nose. If you seek to make a lasting influence on the world, join us at Wayford Pharmaceuticals in the research division. Together, we can accomplish the impossible and prevent the inevitable. The crowd of students break into applause, their faces a page in wonder. I can only scoff. No one can defy death. Anyone who thinks otherwise is just delusional. As I turn away from the way forward booth, the PA hums to life. Attention students, Mayor Nori will be speaking to you at the center stage in 5 minutes. The students around me gasp audibly, breaking into frantic whispers. Mayor Inori? Here? In person? Our school's important, you know. Why wouldn't he come? Come on, let's just get a good spot. I follow the massive throng of students gathering around the courtyard's center stage. Sure enough, Masaru Inori, the ever-popular mayor of Isamu, is in the flesh. He gives the students a cordial wave from behind the impenetrable line of security guards. You know, back in my day, when dinosaurs roamed the earth... This extracts laughter from the crowd. We always ditched Career Day. We pop over to GFC. You should have seen it before it was renovated. And stuff ourselves with wings. There were only double S's at the time. I should show you how far we've come in society, eh? The crowd chuckles again. Among them, I catch a distinct hint of Elizabeth's giggle. Yeah! As usual, she's eagerly jotting notes on her phone, hanging on to the mayor's every word. The brunette girl who's always around Elizabeth is also next to her. Surprisingly, she seems equally engrossed in the speech. And yes, I hated Career Day. I thought it was a waste of time. Thought they were restraining me at the time when all I wanted to do was explore myself. Who I was, who I wanted to be. But lately I've realized that I was thinking about Career Day in the completely wrong way. It was about deciding my future. It was about exploring possibilities. He allows a moment to thoughtful silence before he continues. The truth is, you probably changed careers multitude of times in your life. In fact, the average number of jobs is estimated to be 15 times. You could be in med school all your life, but have experience in construction, woodworking, design, architecture, statistics, engineering, maybe even ostrich babysitting and bicycle fishing. Those are some interesting skills to have, Mayo. Elizabeth smiles into her hand as the students laugh like a perfectly timed track. But as a vast future is, you know what you don't want to do? You don't want to be hurt. You don't want to go out each day full of insecurities, doubts, fears. You don't want to be lied to or backstabbed or treated like a fake. I won't lie to you. It's a nasty world out there. But I think that we can all agree, regardless of who we are or where we're from, we each have an important part to play in the safety of this country. So go on, explore. You guys are bright. And hey, you guys are in the better spot than I was. I thought I'd like nothing more than to become an anthropologist. That's a big change from anthropologist to mayor. Not that even I knew what that meant at the time. It just sounded cool. Oh. His parting sentence elicits another laugh as he steps off the stage, offering a final wave. The students erupt into cheers in response. I quickly shuffle away from the crowd before a noise overwhelms me. I don't want to like this guy. Heck, I don't even want to like any politician. But he seems to be less evil than the others I've seen. Furthermore, he makes a good speech. He claimed he came across intelligent but genuine. Two major opposites of politics. Maybe I'll vote in his re-election. Maybe. Hello, stranger. Ha. Oh my god. Hey, Miki. I would probably stop in my tracks. Finally taking in what she's wearing. She's wearing a kimono. Yami, you should... Where's your kimono, Yama? Come on. Well, you're dressed up. Which is putting it lightly. She's draped in a silken kimono that's rippled around her finger like water. Hair inset with the minimalistic ribbon and crystal pin. She could own the red carpet. Or throne even with that outfit. Pretty much my mind supplies unhelpfully. I quickly grind to that part of my mind into dust. That's all you have to say? What are you expecting? Poetry? Come on. Oh dearest, you liken yourself to starlight. With eyes like the moon and a mouth like the purest golden flames of the sun ere did I see. She promptly slaps me on the back. Very funny, Shakespeare II. Although I am impressed. Your recitation was pretty decent. I feel like she's insulting me, but genuinely seems shocked. So what brings you here? Do you want to become a model? Don't even bring up model, especially if Yakuko's around. Oh, what? Oh, no need to be embarrassed. Male models are hardly anything new. However, they do tend to be physically fit. Do you happen to have a six-pack? I'll pretend I heard nothing of that. Just block it out of my mind. So, anyway, what makes you think that I would ever want to be a model? You're standing by my company's booth. We're a modeling company. Duh. Surprised, I cast a quick glance behind her. Sure enough, the large banner reads Lotus Modeling above the tent, which striking photo spreads. Hence the kimono, I assume. You assume correctly. So where's Rui? I haven't seen her all day. Yeah, about Rui. That awkward moment when, really? That's funny. She attends the school, right? What? Of course she does. Yeah. She's just. Yeah. So you've seen her today? Well, I mean, I did. About, like... Yeah? You didn't tell her about me? Hello, social drama, I missed you, not... How can I word this delicately, or better yet, avoid it completely? You can't, Yama. You should probably be getting back to your job. I have my eye on you, Yama. I'm watching you. Do you really think I can't tell when you're lying? I believe in my ability to run away. All this stays the same, I see. I've made a mental note to harass you about it later. Until then, Yama. She floats back to her booth, greeting any curious glances with an effortless smile. A model? Her job is modeling. I would have never guessed that from her. Somehow I find that a little underwhelming. I almost expected her to be involved in something drastic, like a secret service or film industry or even Olympics, or maybe like a secret like murder guild or something. I don't know. Something fishy, murdery, and bloody. That's just me though. But modeling, where you pose and change and smile for hours and hours, that adventurous, stubborn Miki, it doesn't seem to fit her. Whatever, I guess it's none of my business anyway. It's time to see Mr. Ryota. Is he playing his Clan Wars? Hello, Mr. Ryota. This time he opens the door as soon as I knock. Oh, I must have caught him at a good time. Well, Ishimoto, we've been expecting you. We? He cackles mildly as he taps his fingertips. Who's we? You should have turned in your chair while stroking a cat. Bah, everyone's a critic. Would you have rather been left standing outside in the cold while I play Clan Wars and laugh at you through the door? Outside? I'd be in the hallway. You seem awfully eager to prove your mentor wrong, boy. Well, when I prove it or not, it's still wrong, right? Ah, yes. But that would never fly in a court of law, you see. Imagine it. I declare the defendant guilty because of my metaphysical standpoint. It is true, even if we have no epistemological link to knowing so. What the hell is epistemological? I lost him too, Yama. I get that a lot. Go ahead and take a seat. We've got more important things to discuss, you know. Hesitantly, I slide into the nearest couch. So, Rui. No. I've always seen Mr. Ryota as an intelligent man, even if laid back. But I'd never actually, not understood him. I wonder how much brain mass he's hiding behind that cheery facade. So, the newest transfer student, Misaki Kazuhaya. I hope you don't mind. I did a little lookup on her. You can do that? Is that legal? Well, there's no explicit rule saying I can't use the confidential database. I'm pretty sure that there is. Nope. I may be faculty, but I'm not a teacher. It only states that teachers have to request special permission. Oh my god. Wow, you're really trying to find any loophole. I checked the loopholes. Yeah, I see. Something really feels wrong about this. What did you find out? Well, if I tell you, then that's a solid breach of confidentiality. I don't want to go to jail yet. The food's too good here. Mr. Ryota, I really worry about you sometimes. Like, seriously, maybe you're the one who needs the therapy. And this is me talking. So, instead, I'd like to hear your thoughts on the matter, Yama. How did you two meet? And you mentioned that she left? Yeah, are we finally gonna figure it out? Please, finally tell me what the hell happened. I closed my eyes, letting the ever-constant hum of the air conditioner calm my nerves. Then I started talking. It's practically subconscious. My mouth dutifully repeats the train of thought running through my mind. Everything is calm, clear, slow. Therapy. Something that I've gotten used to over the years. So I easily turn my brain to the topic of interest. Misaki Kazuhaya. I met her when I was young. Not too young. A baby still forming thought patterns and ideas about the world, but young enough to be highly impressionable. It had been on a day where I thought nothing could make me smile. Not the vibrant lanterns strewn between the roofs of the multicolored booths, not the festive rhythm of the taiko drummers urging on the parade of the light-bearing dancers, not in the stands in which a variety of nutritionally questionable foods were being served. Not even Rui who dragged me out of the house despite my best efforts to stay miserable. It was only around an hour into the festival, but I was ready to go. When Rui went to the bathroom, I seriously considered ditching her and going back to my room. Apparently I was scowling deeply at that. I didn't know it until passing a girl suddenly stopped in front of me. Does your face always look like that? To say the least, that didn't help my foul mood. I glared up at her. She was pretty. Well, that was the first thought in my head. That instinctive spark of appreciation whenever a guy sees a pretty girl, no matter how much he wants to feel otherwise. Her hair was braided back into an elegant half updo, light ebony curls framing her porcelain face. Big eyes, long lashes, pointed chin, the kind of traditional beauty you might see in a kimono commercial. Of course, the first spark of interest was immediately overridden by indignance that only an 8-year-old boy could feel. What are you looking at? Don't look so grumpy. You should be celebrating. She didn't know anything, of course. Not until a few months later. Festivals are stupid. They are not. Why? Is there even any reason to celebrate? The girl's face twisted into something resembling anger. It looked strange on her face, like a guinea pig attempting to seem menacing. You don't even know what the festival is about, do you? Well, of course I didn't. But I wasn't about to admit that. Of course I do. Oh yeah? What is it? What is it about? Well, you make lanterns. Uh-huh. And? I fisted my hands at her condescending tone. You write wishes on them and stuff? Wrong. Am not. Yeah, you are. You don't write wishes. You write what you want to tell dead people. Fucking Jesus. Ridiculous, I should have said. Why would I even want to talk to dead people? But I didn't mock it. I couldn't mock it. Dead people? Yep. I can write a message to Auntie on this lantern, and she'd see it. How do you know that? Haven't you heard of the story? No, I hadn't. But my 8-year-old pride prevented me from saying it, of course. Thankfully, the girl took my silence as confusion. Well, once upon a time, there was a princess. Was she pretty? Yeah. Good at singing? Yeah. Boring! Boo! Be original! It is not boring. The indignant anger on her face made me sticker. The first time I'd smiled all day. Yeah? Well, what happens? Does she get into trouble and a charming prince has to save her? Just listen. Look, she's actually a big meanie. A mean princess? That wasn't a fairy tale staple. Oh? Yep, but her bodyguard was in love with her and turned her good again. I felt disappointed. The story had a promising start. Blah. What did he do? Cast a spell? Give true love's kiss or something? He died. Oh? Don't look so happy. That time I broke into a tiny laugh. But it made her good again, right? Well, Yeah. She didn't trust anyone before. Thought they were all fake and stuff. It seems like she was glaring at me at that point of the story. But before I could open my mouth, she was already continuing. Anyway, the bodyguard sacrificed himself to save her life. So the heavens were super duper impressed, and it put into the stars. Aren't stars really, really hot? That sounds like a bad thing. Childish indignation. Full lick is across her face. They made him into a constellation, you poop. Blah, boring. Blah times infinity. Blah times infinity plus. Anyways, the princess realized how beautiful love really is. Because he died? She saw how much he loved her. So she decided to be a better person and trust people again. This had nothing to do with writing messages to the dead on the lanterns. I was rapidly losing interest. Let me guess, she lived happily ever after that? Well, no. The bodyguard died, remember? I like this bodyguard. She glared at me, but somehow it felt less severe than before. She wrote her promise on a lantern and sent it up to the sky so he could see. 'Cause he was this constellation, remember? Now I realize that I could have said a lot of things. That's stupid. He's dead. What could he even do about it? But that wasn't on my mind at the time. Everyone turns into a bunch of stars when they die? I think. You think or you know? If they did something to super duper impress the heavens, I guess. I smiled at that. My eyes scoured the streets and landed on a simple booth. A handful of other kids were gathered around a short portable table, scrolling on lanterns with calligraphy pens clamped in fisted hands. Let's go. But I already made a lantern. Right to another dead person, then. Well, this is an overwhelming display of tact and position and political correctness. I raced to the table, snatched a lantern from a smiling adult, and plopped down with my pen and at the ready. Who are you writing to? None of your beeswax. I began to scrawl characters on my lantern. The girl hovered over my shoulder, squinting judiciously at my jagged brushstrokes. Why is your handwriting so messy? It's not messy. It's just unique. I can't even read it. I whipped around, narrowing my eyes accusingly at her own lantern. Well, yours... I searched for a fault, but not only was her lantern graced with perfect calligraphy, it also proudly bore a few elegant cherry blossoms. Well, yours looks girly. She raised a single eyebrow. It was a remarkably sophisticated expression for a 9-year-old girl to make. Great job, Yama. Best comeback in the world. Yours looks so girly. I am a girl. There's nothing much to say to that. Yeah, great job, Yama. Yama, where have you been? It was as if Rui had materialized out of thin air. I hadn't even noticed her rapid pitter-patter of the footsteps. Sorry, Rui. Jeez, could have told me. You were in the bathroom, come on. Clearly displeased, Rui turned her back to me, but smiled at the other girl. Thank you for taking care of him. Surprisingly, the girl smiled back. Easy as you please. Well, weren't they getting along just fine? Why did they have to give me such a hard time? Maybe it was a girl thing? I'm Rui. I'm Misaki. You're gonna make a lantern? Yep. How many of those how'd you make those flowers? They're really pretty. I can show you. And just like that, the two of them were friends. It took a little longer to warm me. It took a little longer to warm me out. But whatever the two of them set their minds to, they accomplished. They had always been that way. so fiery, so capable, so loving. Two playful angels who, for some reason unfathomable to mankind, saw fit to hang around a bucket of depressing sludge like me. Why do you think that about yourself? Mr. Ryota's voice seems to come from far in the distance, faint but recognizable. I respond distractedly. You know me. I'm not useful or popular or particularly intelligent. Silence follows this statement, so I only continue. Our families were close. Misaki's father would always throw these get-togethers at their house over the weekends or during special occasions. I remember him being really overwhelming at first. He was a lot like Misaki, only bigger and louder. I rarely saw Misaki's mother. The times I did see her, she was pretty distant. Besides that, I really don't remember much about her. At first, we were inseparable, Misaki and us, but then her father had lost his job and we started seeing her less often. And eventually they just left, no warning whatsoever. Even our parents tried to get in contact, no luck. It had been as though the Kazahayas had disappeared off the face of the planet. That must have been a really hard blow. Rui says that it had been. Honestly, I don't remember much of what followed. It's all passed in a haze. Essentially, I feel abandoned. I had this idea that everyone close to me would leave me. I don't think I could even cry. I only felt empty inside. But Rui says that it really was a terrible time. She says that I didn't eat, didn't sleep, didn't even play any games with her. She says I looked like a ghost. I practically became one. And I don't remember it. But she said that one day. Whoa. Don't you dare tell me. Did he? Oh my god. I don't even want to say it. Did he overdose? Oh my god. Yama? What's wrong? No, sorry, that's it. Stop story over. Are you sure? You do realize that the entire point of therapy is to share your sub-stories. It's not a burden, Yama. I'm glad to hear you out. I feel tired. I think I'll have to stop here. It's mainly an excuse and very effective for the therapist. Mr. Ryota immediately nods in understanding. Thanks for confiding in me. Just know that what you felt is completely valid. I'm sorry you had that trauma. It's fine. I got over it. I'd like to go now if that's okay. If you're sure. Is there anything I can do for you? I'm okay. Sure you don't want a lollipop? Come on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but thanks. Have a good day, Yama. But at least take this prescription. Prescription? Seriously? Then I actually look at it. 1 bucket of ice cream to be guilt-free. Oh, God. You crack me up, Mr. Yoda. Oh. As far as the administration knows, this is a totally legitimate treatment. Ice cream is one of the core groups of food pyramid, you know. He actually pulls a genuine laugh out of me. Thanks, Mr. Yoda. And thanks for listening. Anytime. I exit Mr. Yoda's office in a considerably better mood than when I entered it. I actually don't feel tired. I feel rejuvenated. Seems like those memories have been weighing on me for a long time. Maybe therapy really will be beneficial. Deciding to take his prescription to heart, I head straight downtown to the shopping area. With my mind cleared, I get to pay a little more attention to the weather. Beautiful. Cloudless skies. A slightest hint of a cool breeze. You! What the Who are you?